All right, peace, love, and light. This is just going to be your random reading. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me or see more tarot, all of that information is, as always, in the description below. So go ahead and check that out by clicking the title. And while you're there, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. We are going to shuffle up our cards first and say our prayer, and then we shall begin. So, dear the divine God, our Holy Father, Yahweh, and our angels, thank you for being the highest form of good in our lives, for keeping our heads on straight and straying us away from negativity as best as possible. And thank you to the angels for the assistance they have brought today and the assistance they'll bring during this reading. Right now, I'm asking that you guys bless and protect this space as well as the viewers, and myself. Ground us in our energy, Lord, so that way we know what messages to receive, and gift us the keen discernment to know what to do with the knowledge received as well. Please grant us the ability to keep our personal opinion and bias to the side if you so choose, the strength to continue on, and the clarity needed to focus. And anything else that you deem worthy for this reading, please allow us to be the vessels to receive and deliver. Amen. Ashe. All right. Let's go ahead and see what does the Lord have in store for us with this reading. I don't want to take that card. We got forgiveness in the reverse, being backed by hospitality in the reverse. Someone is not letting go of the anger that they feel as it pertains to someone else. They're wishing for things to get better. They're wanting things to be different, but they can't, or are not, rather, letting go of how someone else makes them feel, and it makes them feel angry. With this hospitality backing it, the hospitality is in the reverse. This is someone that you have been being bitchy towards. This is someone that you have been being short with and snooty. Someone that has you in the energy of, like, let's say they ask, how are you? And you'll be like, oh, I'm just fine. It's like you don't want them around whenever they come around. So you have this dialogue with them that kind of pushes them off and pushes them away. The reason why you are like that is because you're not letting go of the anger that they cause you. We got pausing, backed by support. This pausing card is being bored with life and wanting to do something different. Being backed by support, which is relax. Which is relaxing. You're bored with life and you want to do something different. The person that, not bored with life and want to do something different. The person that you have this anger towards, you're bored with, and you want them to be something different. And with support backing this, you want somebody to back you on how you feel towards this other person. You want somebody to justify your emotions towards this other person that you have anger with, or have been being short with, or snooty or snobby, or pushing off. This person that you want away from you, you want somebody to back you in how you feel about them. You want somebody to just not really justify, but support you in your feelings towards them, so that you can feel right and justified about your behavior towards them. You've been wanting somebody to support you in the manner of this, with this anger that you feel towards somebody. And then we got growing older with relaxation. They are unaffected by your behavior towards them. They're unaffected by your behavior towards them. They're unbothered by your behavior towards them. They have nothing to do with you. Not really nothing to do with you, but it's like it doesn't affect them. It doesn't make them move. It doesn't change their behavior. Your efforts in pushing them off are growing futile, and it's not doing anything. You're unable to back them. You're unable to push them off, or push them away, or get them to stop interacting with you, or doing whatever it is that you want them to stop doing. You're unable to do that because your actions are futile. It doesn't affect them any way, shape, form, or fashion. With this card saying growing older, this situation is getting old. And with this relaxation card, I think it's saying it's time to just relax and let things go, because I feel that very strongly. The message of let go is very strong within these cards. I think it's time for us to forgive whatever it is that made us angry with this person or at this person. And it's something of their behavior. It's very specifically their behavior that upsets you. It's not something that they did to you. It's just the way that they act and the way that they are that you do not like. So you're always pushing this person off and trying to get rid of them and being nasty towards them. But it doesn't affect them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I want to read this growing older card. Oh, and I opened right up to it. Look at that. So it says the message is, I want to show the whole entire card, but my phone is how it is. So the message is, we are all getting older. The only question is whether we are aging in our thoughts and perspectives or becoming wiser. Yeah, this situation is getting old. It is important to live your life in health and illness, in joy and suffering. The inventiveness that accompanies the process of growing older is a fun-loving companion. Experience and personal responsibility often bring valuable aspects to the community of humanity. Respecting another person's age and gently extending a helping hand, or accepting our own our own little imponderables with a smile while remaining active, are kindness that we can offer to ourselves or others. We all get older, but the angels stay by our side throughout our lives, knowing that who could despair? So I feel like the overall message here is that when it pertains to this person that you have an anger towards, or just in general, if it pertains to people that you don't like the behavior of, you just need to let it go, because you're getting older and you're becoming wiser, and you've reached this point in your life where it's time to let go of nasty behavior towards others because of their own behavior. It's time to let go of people's actions affecting you and making you, people's behaviors affecting you and making you feel a way and do certain things and be a certain type of way. It's this energy of like, you need to let go of this situation because it's getting old. And the getting old is like, you've been doing it for so long that it doesn't bother them. And I feel that that's what is going on with this person in this situation. You've been behaving like this towards them for so long that it doesn't bother them anymore. They're over this situation, so it's time for you to get over it too. We're going to dig a little deeper using my Rider-Waite Tarot. These felt like they were just pulled out. You got the Queen of Cups and the Empress. The Queen of Cups is an angry energy. She's mad at something internally, like something in the past caused her, let me take that back. Let me take all that back. But she's just an angry energy that's mad. And she's always going to be that way and always going to be that type of person. She's just always going to be angry and always going to be mad. And then we have the Empress card here, which is this is being dulled by the behavior. These cards are confirming what I said of like the other person is unbothered by your actions, especially with the Ace of Wands backing this, signaturing that this is not the move or action to take any longer. The other person in this situation is unmoved by your actions because it's old. You've always been this way. You've always been doing this to them, and it doesn't bother them anymore. They're over it. They know that they cannot change you. They know that they can't change to help the situation, and there's nothing that they can do to change or fix it. So they're just letting it go, and that's why your actions aren't bothering them anymore. You can't pick the same arguments forever. You cannot pick the same situation. You can't make the same arguments. You can't have the same anger forever and expect it to produce the same result endlessly. People are going to get tired of the games. They're going to get tired of the situation, and they're going to lay it to rest. That's why this person isn't moved by you any longer, or doesn't get like, I feel like this person they're just completely over the situation. They're just completely over the situation. They're done with it. They're no longer interacting with it. This energy, this situation feels like someone comes around that you don't like, and you're being snotty and nasty to them, and they're still hitting you with the same niceness, they're still hitting you with the same courtesy, they're still hitting you with the same care, like they're unchanging in their behavior and in their ways, and so are you. We got the Ten of Cups symbolizing that happiness. There goes that happiness and that joy that I was feeling. They're unbothered by you. They're moving on with their life and they're happy. Especially with the Nine of Wands here, taking a step out of the normal is what I take this card as. They're over the situation. They won't let this bother them anymore. They're not going to interact with it any longer. It's time for you to just let it go and let it be. And I hate saying these things because they're easier said than done. Like, what do you mean by let it go? What do you mean by let it be? What am I supposed to do? Move on? Say, okay, this is just what it is, and go do something else. Busy your mind with something else. Busy your actions with something else. No longer putting energy into this situation is what this experience is calling for, because the other party is over it. This feud that you have been trying to create between this person, from what I'm seeing now, I'm just now looking at this situation. Maybe you guys have had problems in the past. I don't know. But as this experience has been brought to me, all I can see is that one person is a happy-going person that just is a breeze and a good energy to interact with, and the other person does not like this person for whatever reason. They just do not like them at all. They don't want to interact with them, don't want to be around them. They don't want to call them a good person. They just don't want to interact with them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And this person needs to let the situation go instead of picking fights and being snotty and snooty. Now, I don't know where you are in this experience. I don't know who you are. You could be the person being attacked by someone else, or you could be the attacker. I don't know. But what I know from this experience is that it's old. It's been happening for forever, and it needs to be let go of. These two people are never going to change who they are. They're never going to change what they are doing. They're never going to they're never going to change who they are. They're never going to change what they're doing. They're never going to be somebody different because of the actions caused by the other party. These two people are always going to be exactly who they are. So the best thing to do is to let this feud go and just let things be. I'm feeling like my angels are telling me that this person is the person, like the person viewing this is the person being attacked. And the best thing that I can tell you from this situation is to just let them be. Be like, okay, this is what it is. Because when it comes to people who do not like you, not because of any reason, but they just don't like who you are, there's nothing you can do to change or fix that. There's no way, shape, form, or fashion, or no type of compromise or conclusion you could come to. You could pretend to be friends with them. You could pretend to interact with them. Like, they could pretend to be friends with you. They could pretend to be friends with you. They could pretend to interact with you. They could pretend for good things to happen and good things to come. But it'll always, that I don't like you will always be there. And not everybody is meant to connect, and not everybody is meant to be friends. And some people are not supposed to connect because of the conflict and opinion of how character is supposed to be portrayed and behavior is supposed to be done. So that's the situation that is at hand here. And in this experience, you need to just let the person be. You need to just let them go. You need to just be like, okay, this person doesn't like me and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to just go on and busy on with my life and go ahead and do what I want to do. We have my Five of Swords out here, which is the card of deception and good fortune. This is that pretending can bring about good results. Pretending that you don't care about the situation and pretending that you're not giving any energy to it can bring good results. What's going to happen in this situation is when you begin to pretend that you're not giving any energy or any thought to this experience anymore, you're actually going to wind up acquiring that behavior and acquiring that mindset. This is a fake it till you make it type of experience. So if you don't want this to harbor on you anymore, and if you don't want this to be a weight in your experience anymore, then act like you don't care. Fake it until you make it. Act like you don't care about the experience. Every time it comes around, just be like, oh, okay, whatever. Oh, it is what it is. When they speak to you or have to interact with you, like let's say this is a co-working situation and your co-worker doesn't like you. Every time that they have to interact with you and they make a snotty or snobby remark, just be like, oh, have a good day. Thank you. Oh, okay. Just take it like don't invest more into it and try to solve the situation or make it more than what it is. Just accept it and move on. Don't allow this experience to affect you anymore by you digging deeper into it. Just let it go. Filling one more card and then we're done here. I'm not taking all of those. The star card flew all the way out. I'm going to read it from here. I don't feel like getting up. I feel like that's the other party, and they are changing what they want. Because of betrayal. This is the situation of like, when you no longer invest in the energy or interact with it, the other party that is being nasty towards you is no longer going to want to get a reaction out of you any longer. And that's what it is. They're rage baiting. So they're trying to get a reaction out of you. They want to argue. They want to fight. They want to bicker. They want problems. They want issues with you. They want to declare that they don't like you. They want this bad bridge to be built between you guys. And once you're no longer giving into that energy anymore, they're going to shift their focus into another area of their own life and the own interactions that they have with someone else. Once you begin to no longer interact with the situation, the other party will begin to no longer interact with the situation. And that's how you come to a conclusion in this experience in your life, by letting go of what's happening. You have to be the bigger person and let go. You gotta be the bigger person and let go. Because this card of forgiveness here is not one of like allowing the other person to receive goodness from you. It's not allowing the other person to interact with you in good deeds and good ways. It's not you giving goodness to the other person or interaction to the other person overall. This forgiveness card is one of letting go of the situation and no longer harboring feelings about it. That's what this type of forgiveness needs to be. You need to no longer harbor feelings about this situation or this experience, and you just need to completely let it go. To end this reading, I'm going to read this card, number 27. So it says, the message is those who can forgive will be granted forgiveness. Anyone who has ever been able to truly forgive another knows the wonderful peace that spreads out within. It is as if heaven is embracing us for long moments. It may be a big step to forgive the other person for what they have done. Maybe it was a particularly unpleasant act that left a deep wound in your heart. Yet there is no use continuing to grumble or feel sorry for yourself. Those who cannot forgive place themselves above the other. They take themselves more seriously than the angels in their selfishness teach us. What? They take themselves more seriously than the angels in their selflessness teach us. I think that's a typo. Love is the key. Those who forgive hold in their hands for a moment the key to true love. The reward is a deep peace. Yeah, I think that's a typo. So yeah, as I flip this card over, I'm seeing a wonderful bright light and a breeze-like happy energy and aura and vibe, energy and vibe that comes from this card. As you let go of this experience by no longer harboring or having feelings for it, you allow breath to enter into your life. And this breath is one of ease. And happy vibes. So let it go. Let it go so that way you can move on. Let it go so that way you can move forward. Let it go so that way things can be as they need to be. So that way you can allow for more room in your life, because that's what happens when you let go. So that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me or see more tarot, all of that information is as always in the description below. So go ahead and check that out by clicking the title. And while you're there, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Peace, love, and light. And as always, be great.